How to fail at being a lean influencer. I'm going to have some fun with this because I really have enjoyed the how to fail videos. I'm attempting to be a lean influencer. Don't know if I'm doing a good job. I will get better. But I do know there are some things that you can really do to completely fail at being a lean influencer. And I'm going to talk to you all about them right now. So if you're into a little bit of snarkiness, a little bit of sarcasm, a little bit of fun, and hopefully some laughs, I don't know if I'm that good, but then stay with us because that's what I'm going to talk about, how to fail at being a lean influencer. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to talk about just some of my pet peeves and some of the big ones, okay? One of the things that drives me nuts, this is a little bit whiny, I just want you to know, but Kevin Rice and I read white papers all the time on these university websites and the association and institute websites, and I'm telling you, it's like my dog Maggie wrote these white papers. Like, they're horrible. Oh my gosh. They spend so much time referencing other articles with incoherent sentences that it's hard to even know what in the world they're talking about. We almost have to take it into ChatGPT and do a prompt that says, can you please make this make sense? So one of the things that I want to say, if you really want to fail at being a lean influencer, then write white papers that are so complex, so technical, and so overly referenced that it doesn't make any sense. It's a jumbled nightmare, and really no one gets anything out of it. I remember one time, literally there was a white paper that referenced another one that said, this is what lean and tax steering and control is not. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna read this. And the papers it referenced, like Kevin Rice actually did a comparison from right to left, and it directly contradicted every single point. You think a white paper is good because it's part of an institute and or a college or some other place, but most of these are incoherent. Lean influencers, please stop it. Please make sure that your articles make sense, that they're spell checked, they have good grammar, and that everything as a part of the overall body follows good writing standards, because that's absolutely key. Second, one of the things that I've seen lean influencers do a lot is have a hard time implementing, hard time working in the field, hard time being successful. So they basically give up. They're like, screw it. I'm going to go become an academic. I'm going to focus on my PhD. I'm going to sit behind desk from now on, and I'm going to pontificate philosophically and stay away from the field. And it's almost, there's this air of arrogance and elitism at that point. And it's like, wait, what just happened here? Hold on a minute. This was a field implementer that's now joined academia, which I don't necessarily have a problem with, but they've detached themselves from the field. They've gotten kind of a pompous air about them, and now they're all theory, philosophy, contention, and they're no longer helping to actually implement boots on the ground. Please don't do that. That's one of the main ways that you can fail as a lean influencer. Third, this one really annoys me, putting everything behind a paywall, and everybody's doing it. Software companies, consulting companies, and I'm not totally innocent with this, but we at Elevate and Lean Tech come from the opinion that information should be free, services might cost money, right? Looking's free, touching's gonna cost you, right? So if I gotta fly somewhere, I'm gonna charge you. But if I can give you the information free, you can have access to all of our stuff. I hate it. Absolutely hate it when things are not open source, when things are not transparent, when they're not given away, and everything's behind a paywall. So one company they're like, hey, we've developed this great quality control program. Oh, now it's $7,000 a month. Oh, well, great. Now I don't have that. Hey, there's this really cool 3D scanning program that will tie to your schedule. Oh, that's $7,000. Okay, well, now we've priced our way out of that. So everybody developing stuff is hiding everything behind paywalls. And if you were to implement even a good portion of these solutions, you'd automatically price yourself out of the job, and you can't implement it. Putting everything behind the paywall, everything is insane. Only services should be put behind a paywall. Information should be free. I'm gonna stick with that. I've seen lean influencers that are like, oh, I've got this grand system, and I've got this proprietary software, and I won't let you see it, and it's hidden behind this paywall, and you can't find it anywhere, and you don't even know what the hell I'm talking about, and the methods are all hidden, and you can't have it, and all of our checklists that you should pay us. Oh my gosh, stop it. Just give the information out for free, and then people who can afford it will call you. So if you want to fail at being a lean influencer, hide everything behind the paywall instead of just services. Another one is being rude, okay? So there are lean influencers who are more focused on significance, more focused on security, and more focused on being famous than anything else. Now, am I guiltless when it comes to being liked on social media? No, it feels good, right? Am I guiltless when it comes to like being contentious? No, that's why I know something about it. And I've had to like pull away from those environments to be like, oh my gosh, I got to snap out of it. Just stay positive. So anytime we as lean influencers are bagging on other people, that you can tell how old I am by using that term, criticizing others for no good reason, leaving people out, saying offensive things, discounting other people's work, stealing other people's work, like actively doing posts that will tear down somebody else's reputation. You're just a 3-year-old. You're not a lean influencer. You've got to stop it. So if you want to look at great lean influencers, look at Marco and Janosch. They're never turning anybody down. Look at Felipe Engineer. They're never turning anybody down. Look at Paul Akers. Never turning anybody down. They're real lean influencers. Keon Zandi and Joe Donnarumma, they're real lean influencers. They're never being negative and grumpy and rude and I wish I could cuss right now, but I can't. Like, if you want to fail at being a lean influencer, focus mostly on being famous, on fighting with others, and like tweeting out nasty, mean things to other people instead of connecting. In my opinion, great lean influencers will connect, they will help, they will build, they will provide feedback, and they will, as an aggregate, make the industry better. One of the big ones that I'm getting, and this, I just got done talking about being critical, now I'm gonna be critical. So a little bit hypocritical, but what really annoys me is people without experience. Oh my gosh, like what is going on? Somebody pontificating about how to finish a project, they've never run a project. Somebody saying this is what a superintendent should do, they've never been a superintendent. And so it really annoys me like when lean influencers are force-feeding people stuff that they know nothing about. Even Toyota said, if you're gonna fix the system, you must have experience within the system. And so if you're going to be an influencer, you have to know what you're talking about. You have to have experience. And probably the last one, which is not, it's really the 8th and 9th waste. It's not using the genius of the team and a lack of alignment. It's, you know, I've heard people say, well, oh, I don't like LCI in the last planner system because of this, or I don't like this because of this, or I don't like this because of this. Like, it's counterproductive. Like, in our efforts at Lean Tact and Elevate, we've pulled in Scrum because it's amazing. We pulled in Last Planner and fixed the parts that needed fixing. We pulled in Tact with a software in Tact. We've pulled these concepts in. If you hear me criticizing something like CPM, that's because CPM doesn't work. It's literally, it's like a nuclear bomb or like a chemical agent. Like, stay away from it. It's much different than something else in lean. Like, here's a tool that we can put on a tool belt. It's not lean to be like, oh, that wasn't my tool, so keep it out of our lean tool belt. What? That doesn't make sense. Scrum has a place. Last Planner has a place. Parts of advanced work packaging have a place. Tact has a place. CPM doesn't. That's why I criticize it, because there isn't anything you need from CPM in the overall lean system. And so I'm not talking about like getting after defective systems like I do with CPM. I'm talking about, well, this person created that, so I'm done with it. Well, this person created that, so I'm done with it. And everybody creates separate, disparate, like not aligned systems. That's not what our industry needs. We need to be building on each other's work and helping to aggregate this into a working system. And so if you really want to fail, do those things. Have I failed before? Yes. Am I trying to get better? Absolutely. What's the purpose of this video? To help. So if you're checking out lean influencers and they're out being negative with other people, ask them to stop. If you've got lean influencers out there that are hiding everything behind a paywall, be like, hey, why don't you share more of that information, right? If you have people out there pontificating and writing garbage content, hey, could you please simplify that? We really need to work together to ask for what we need, and so we can have a lot of influence on what content we watch, what the content creators do, and who's influencing as the industry. And I would just say, yeah, people like Marco and Janosch, people like Hal Maycomer, people like Keon Zandi and Joe Donnarumma, people like Felipe Engineer. I could just keep going on and on. Sorry if I missed somebody. There's a lot more of you. People like Paul Akers. That's what a real lean influencer looks like. And so I'm going to put this in a blog post and give you a checklist. And please comment below. I'd like to hear what you have to say. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. On we go.